Massive big thank you to Tina to remind me that this month I told myself that it was respond, don't react. And obviously last night I ended up having quite a lot of trauma because of the so-called troll that's on today, because at the end of the day social services have proved that every single aggro that I've ever had has all been false information presented to people, presented to them by so-called people who like to be anonymous. And obviously it scared the living shits out of me last night, you know, quite harsh, thinking, hang on a minute, I'm going to end up with the police at my door again, with these statements in front of me again, just like it was with Aaron and Faith. But I wasn't in a situation to respond because I had already existing trauma that had got escalated by the fact that I had moved on from so long, actually living with a fear of never losing my kids to foster care. So obviously that hit a trauma. And then obviously last night when that come up, I thought, you bastards, you know, I've just gone through it, goodness knows how many times. And you want to actually, especially when this what's-her-face has written this post about me last night. And actually not one of it is true. And it's actually quite really offensive to not just me, but my children. So I'm not going to allow this to distract me from where I'm going, because at the end of the day, when they confirmed that I was staying on sick while I was seeing the chiropractor and while we're getting everything forward for my neck and everything, I did the right thing. And I know full well that I've put myself in a really good situation for Christmas. Obviously, I wasn't expecting to pay for Dean to come for Shiloh's birthday. I wasn't expecting him to have made the choice to have gone for the second house. And I wasn't expecting that decision to be made. I thought he would have actually have got it once he'd sat down with the chiropractor. But unfortunately, unless you live with dealing with things the way that I have to, you're never going to get it. And it's trying to educate people that are never going to understand. And do you know what? Even if this person decides to bring the police to my front door that would actually cause for a removal of my kids, I'm not going to let me get angry and think about murdering and killing people that would want to do this. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to make sure that it pushes my court case and my book and everything forward so much more easier, starting with her statement, because I'm going to prove how people like me get treated because we get our kids taken. And I look forward, which envelope, darling? It's the Christmas cards envelope. And I look very much forward to the day that my name fully is clear, and there's going to be people whose mouths drop. There's going to be people who hang their heads in shame, and they're not going to realise how easy it would have been to have changed things, but how once that first initial pointing finger starts, everybody else goes, and isn't it funny as well? Last night I set a boundary on somebody, by the way. I don't know if anyone remembers Tony Thacker, but Tony Thacker literally walked past me last night, and it could be him doing this, by the way. And he said hello to me, and I had to really put a stand down. You come anywhere near me or my children, I will have to go to the police. And this is just another stalker. So I'm not having it. I'm looking forward to Dean coming and spending time with his boys. We can get some sticky tape for it, darling. You're looking forward to Daddy coming, aren't you? Okay, which card have you got there? Because just check, because you might not want to put some sticky tape on it. You might just want to lick it. Which card have you got there? Right, I tell you what. Oh, hang on a minute. The best thing you could do with that one is put this in there. Anyway, I'm not going to respond or react, and I'm going to continue focusing on the fact that I paid my council tax up, I paid my gas, and I made sure that I didn't have all the ridiculous direct debits coming in on me for Christmas. And I went out and I got my boys their bikes. I got my boys their things. I got all of them bits. So if people really genuinely care about just my boys, you want to ask why you don't give a shit about the mother that carried them in the first place. Thank you, sweetheart. Wow, I've got a letter from Shiloh. Is it a private letter or a public letter?
It's Mrs. One. Open it.
Okay, I've got a letter, so I'm going to go.